Okay, I think I should start. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to another session on Srimad Bhagavatam, the reading session. So today's verses are Srimad Bhagavatam 4, 7, 55, and 56. So first of all, we'll start with the prayers and then we'll talk about the verses. We'll read the verses together. Prayers first. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुश्रीयुतपदगमनं श्रीवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपासागरजातं सागररघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सागरललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विश्वानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः Krishna everyone. So let's read the verses together. Let me share my screen and then we'll go from there. Sharing is not working that well. Is sharing disabled, Prabhu? Do you know?
No.
It shows just two things. Share from to okay. I think it's coming. Not okay. I think it should be okay now. Okay, so here is the first verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 7th chapter, verse 55. Maitreya Uvacha Evam Bhagavata Dishtaha Prajapati Patirharim Architva Kratuna Svena Devan Ubhayato Ayajat Maitreya Uvacha. One more time. Evam Bhagavata Dishtaha Prajapati Patirharim Architva Kratuna Svena Devanu Bhayato Ayajat. Synonyms. Synonyms translation purposed by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Synonyms. Maitreya, Uvacha said, Evam, thus, Bhagavata, by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Adishtaha, having been instructed, Prajapati Patihi, head of all the Prajapatis, Hari, Architva, after worshipping, Ratuna, with the sacrificial ceremonies, Tvena, his own, Devan, the demigods, Ubhayataha, separately, Ayajat, worshipped. Translation. The sage Maitreya said, Thus Daksha, the head of all Prajapatis, having been nicely instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, worshipped Lord Vishnu. After worshipping him by performing the prescribed sacrificial ceremonies, Daksha separately worshipped Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. One more time. The sage Maitreya said, thus Daksha, the head of all Prajapatis, having been nicely instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, worshipped Lord Vishnu, worshipped Lord Vishnu. After worshipping him, performing the prescribed sacrificial ceremonies, Daksha separately worshipped Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Purport. Lord Vishnu should be offered everything, and his prasad should be distributed to all the demigods. This practice is still followed in the temple of Jagannath at Puri. There are many temples of demigods around the main temple of Jagannath, and the prasad, which is offered first to Jagannath, is distributed to all the demigods. The deity of Bhagalin, is worshipped with the prasad of Vishnu, and also in the famous Lord Shiva temple of Bhubaneswar. And also in the famous Shiva temple of Bhubaneswar, Lord Shiva temple of Bhubaneswar, the prasad of Lord Vishnu or Lord Jagannath is offered to the deity of Lord Shiva. This is the Vaishnava principle. The Vaishnava does not deride even ordinary living entities, including the small ant. Everyone is offered proper respect according to his position. The offering, however, is in relation to the center, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna or Vishnu. The devotee who is highly elevated sees the relationship to Krishna in everything. He does not see anything as being independent of Krishna. That is his vision of oneness. Let's read the other verse also. 56. One minute. Trying to take this bar away. It takes a lot of real estate. Not going away. Okay. 56. रुद्रं च स्वेन भागेन य उपधवात् समाहितः कर्मणो दवासानेन सानेन सोमपान इतरानपि उदवस्य सहर्त्विग्भिः तस्माभव भरतं ततः. One more time. रुद्रं च स्वेन भागेन अयुपधवात् समाहितः कर्मणो दवसानेन सोमपा नीतरानपि उद्वस्व सहर्तिभिः तस्नव अवाभृतं ततः. Some tongue twisters here. I was trying to read the Sanskrit. That is why it is taking little more time. Synonyms and translation and purport uh, by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Synonyms: Rudram, Lord Shiva; Cha, and Swena, with his own; Bhagena, share; he, since; Upadhavat, he worshipped; samahita with concentrated mind, karmana by the performance, udvasanena by the act of finishing, somapan, demigods, itaran, other, api, even, udvasya, after finishing, saha, along with big with the priest, thus now bathed, avabhritam, the avabhritavat, tatah, then, translation. With all respect, Daksha worshipped Lord Shiva with his share of the remnants of the yajna. After finishing the ritualistic sacrificial activities, he satisfied all the other demigods and the other people assembled there. Then, after finishing all these duties with the priests, he took a bath and was fully satisfied. With all respects, Daksha worshipped Lord Shiva with his share of the remnants of the yajna. After finishing the ritualistic sacrificial activities, he satisfied all the other demigods and the other people assembled there. Then, after finishing all these duties with the priests, he took a bath and was fully satisfied. Purport. Lord Rudra, Shiva, was properly worshipped with his share of the remnants of the yajna. Yajna is Vishnu, and whatever prasad is offered to Vishnu is offered to everyone, even to Lord Shiva. Sridhar Swami also comments in this connection. Svana Bhagena, Svena Bhagena, the remnants of the yajna are offered to all the demigods and others. Okay, let's try and analyze this. So whatever I read around this, if anything good comes out, it belongs to my Guru and Gurujanas, all of you. And if there is anything wrong, then that is on account of. So with that, let's try and understand what is talked here. So, so you all can imagine the situation, the scenario in which all this is happening. So there is a grand sacrificial arena. So the sacrifice is happening, huge sacrifice. So fires are there, and then Vedic hymns. Priests are sitting there doing chanting the Vedic hymns. All the sages, all the demigods, everyone is invited. Everyone is there. That was Daksha's Yakya. And then you all remember how it turned into mistakes towards Devi Sati and how she kind of sacrificed herself into the fire, self-immolated herself, and how destruction and all of that happened. So, so and then Lord Vishnu came. So he gave instructions to Daksha. So all that happened. So that is the context. And now from arrogant Prajapati, so Prajapati Daksh was very arrogant. He was insulting Lord Shiva, saying all kind of things. Finally, Lord Vishnu came because Lord Vishnu uh, was the object of worship for Daksh Prajapati. So he used to look up to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu finally came, and then he gave instructions to Daksha, and that kind of transformed him into a humble person who is ready to take guidance. It tells us so many things, but anyway, this is the context. And now, so so that now the story is kind of ending with Daksha ready to listen and then following the proper way of worship and all of that is happening. So, so because after Lord Vishnu kind of gave his instruction, then Daksha changed totally. So he kind of completed the sacrifice. Now he sacrificed the offerings. He gave the offerings to Lord Vishnu, and then all the after Lord Vishnu, because he is Lord Vishnu in Bhagavad Gita also. Krishna says Yajna. Yajna belongs to Vishnu, so he is the all the yajnas are done to please Lord Vishnu. So after Daksha pleased Lord Vishnu, then he went on and separately did worship to Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and then he took prasad and then distributed to all of them, which is coming up in the second one. Uh, and it is talking about the rituals which are followed here. Uh, this method is followed even now. Jagannath Puri, the verse talks about. Srila Prabhupada spoke about it, his purport. So Jagannath Puri has offerings 56 times in the day, continuous offerings, and then they are uh, offered to the Lord and then distributed. So Srila Prabhupada is bringing a great point here. He is saying that prasad is first given to Lord Jagannath, and after it is offered to then distributed to all the surrounding temples. There are a lot of temples. If you have been to Jagannath Puri, you would know there are temples all around the courtyard. So it's distributed to all the temples in the courtyard and around it. It also goes to Lord Shiva, and Srila Prabhupada talks about that particular temple in the previous verse. Let me read the name. The Lord Shiva temple of Bhubaneswar. So there also the prasad goes, and then it's distributed to everyone. So this is not uh, compromise, and this is what Srila Prabhupada also says. This is etiquette. Uh, that when uh, so, so Vaishnava is supposed to honor everyone, including uh, and the smallest of the living beings, the smallest of the creatures, and the biggest of them. So ant is an example. It's a frequently quoted example across for smaller beings because of the size. So Srila Prabhupada says here that however small the entities is, the devotee sees Krishna in everything. That is for Mahabhagavatas. But then it talks about etiquette. It's a very um, um, relatable concept that we hear. We talk about Vaishnava etiquette. We have seminars on Vaishnava etiquette and how to deal with people around. Uh, so while we, on one side, the entire flow, Lord Vishnu and then all the demigods, Lord Shiva, Brahma, all the demigods, everything comes. Even the smallest of the beings are not to be ignored. So that is the primary part which is coming out from this particular verse. Now, the second one again is it's talking about very, very, you know, things which are very close to us, which are very practical, which are very relatable. When we do offering also, right? Um, you would do, many of you have deities in your home, temple, everywhere. The offering, even Arti, everything is done first to the Lord Vishnu or Krishna and then to everyone else. So that is how all the offering, all the actions, every yagna, that is how it has to happen. Even in uh, even in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, even if we are doing anything, all the results, everything that we do, we should first offer to the Lord as a yagya or a sacrifice. That kind of removes the karma out of it. That makes the there are a lot of examples around it. Somebody does, you know, we earn something, we should offer something to the Lord, some percentage of it. There are a lot of different contexts, a lot of different examples given. Rupa Goswami used to say should devote three portions, one third portion for the ship, one third for our um, future savings, and one third to be distributed. And there are even bigger ones where people talk about 50% to the Lord. There are even some religions even follow this to this day. They offer. I've heard in Christianity in many churches they ask for 10%, and people do it also. So 10% of whatever they earn, they give to their church. That also happens. It's a kind of it's a form of sharing whatever we have with the Lord. It removes karma, so it becomes a yajna. uh, Not just the money part but even the work, because the Lord says we have control on the actions but not on the results so much. So if we offer whatever actions we are doing, but then we first offer it to the Lord, then it becomes like a yajna. So that is a big takeaway, I would say, from these two verses, from my perspective. Uh, it's a good reminder that uh, two things. First is the distribution uh, of how it flows through in our deity worship. That everything, even the etiquette part, that also has to be followed. While we worship the highest, we also respect the lowest, and we never disrespect anyone. And then how we convert everything to personal yagya at our level for every single thing. That also helps us, keep us grounded, keep us reminding of the Lord, and keeps cutting our karma. Karma is a very big topic, big subject. We could discuss for hours and hours how Kriyaman works and how Prarabdha works and how Kuta and Bija works. It's a lot of content there. So So these are the key takeaways I could find from this. If anyone has any thoughts, feel free to share. I see we have 5 more minutes. If somebody is motivated to share something, feel free to. Otherwise, we'll close the discussion and then we'll get back to our work, offering it to the Lord as it is coming, the source. Hopefully, we can remember. So, any thoughts, anyone? Feel free to share. Otherwise, we'll close the call with a prayer.
Anything specific, Prabhu? Thank you so much during the class.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I think we are good to close the class. Uh, have a good rest of the day, everyone. Om
Sure.
Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Vanchakalpatarusya Kripa Sindhuvaya Vacha Paditanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnavendra